If you're a homeowner, you're going to want to do some serious thinking before filing any insurance claim, because at the end of the day, it can cost you a whole lot more down the road. Here to explain is InsuranceQuotes.com senior analyst Laura Adams. Laura, welcome. I think most homeowners know that if you make a claim on your homeowner insurance, they're going to raise your premiums at some point. But you've got some interesting detail about how it doesn't really matter what you're making the claim for. You're going to pay at any rate. Tell us what you found in your survey.
Yes, the recent InsuranceQuotes.com survey found some really interesting information. We're seeing rates increase on average across the United States 9%, but this really varies depending on where you live. We see states like Wyoming where rates are increasing over 30% for just one claim.
All right, so what we're talking about on average is a 9% increase in monthly premiums for any kind of filing, and yet you've got even more detail on this. You can break it down in terms of the type of claim, the ones that really hurt. Explain.
Right. So liability claims are costing the most. You know, on average, they're costing about 14%. And this is because we typically have a lot of liability coverage. Below that, we're seeing fire claims
Let me stop you
costing
there.
12%.
Let me stop you there because I just want to explain liability. So let's say somebody gets hurt on your property and they want money from you. You would file a liability claim, and that's what that means.
That's right.
And fire
exactly.
claim,
so you're involved in a lawsuit.
Right. Thank you. And so fire, you say, is the next biggest, right?
Fire is a very expensive claim, so we're seeing that really costing consumers. And then below that, we're seeing things like theft, vandalism. Those are all really expensive claims to be making.
And there's also water and hail, people making claims for lots of different kinds of things. What is your advice to consumers out there? Because, I mean, you're buying the insurance for a reason, because you want to use it, right?
That's right. In a perfect world, every claim, would be something we'd recommend that you file. But actually, consumers need to really be careful. You've heard the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. My advice is don't claim the small stuff. Really be careful about what you're claiming. For consumers to save money, we want to think about raising your deductible. Having a larger deductible means you're going to pay more out of pocket, but that'll help you from actually filing small claims that could end up costing you in the long run.
One of the things you say that I think is really smart is don't use your homeowner's insurance as a maintenance tool. I think some people do that. They just don't want to have to pay for upkeep. You say don't do that. And then you also say shop around. So get other quotes from other companies.
Absolutely. If consumers are not looking at the market on at least an annual basis to find out what's going on with rates, they're really leaving money on the table. Rates are changing all the time. So savvy consumers are going to be shopping on a regular basis. Use a site like InsuranceQuotes.com, get free quotes, look at everything that's available to you, and then you can make a wise decision based on what you're finding, see if you're overpaying or underpaying, if there are other better options out there for you.
And some of those insurance agents actually represent many companies and can give you lots of quotes too. Laura, thank you for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.